There have been so many super teams in this NBA when we look at the Brooklyn Nets, when we look at a lot of other teams like the Suns are trying to build around superstars. But the Clippers just seem a lot more different just based on the fact that this team doesn't play selfish whatsoever. And I'm going to get more on that selfishness side near the end of the video. But the more important thing is how has this Clippers team been able to really gel together while having a lot of superstars on the roster, which is kind of hard to do. So to answer this question, we're going to be looking at 3 factors. And the first factor is most definitely James Harden and Ivica Zubac. If you look back and flash back to the Houston Rockets, you'll remember the duo of Clint Capella and James Harden. They would run multiple pick and rolls, and Harden's ability to just lob the ball up to Clint Capella was so special to the point that Harden would get multiple assists. He would get 50-point triple doubles, and it was just so easy for him. And now when we look at current day, James Harden and Zubac are doing the exact same thing that he did with Clint Capella. Harden would lob the ball multiple times, and this was very good. Like, this was a very efficient thing to go to when your offense wasn't working, and that's exactly what the Clippers are doing. They're going to these pick and rolls with Zubac and Harden when the offense isn't working, and this was on full display, especially last night against the Suns. And let me show you exactly what I mean. On this play, Zubac acts like he's gonna set Harden a screen, but instead goes right into the paint, which catches Nurkic sleeping, and Harden notices this right away and lobs it up for Zubac for a wide open lob. And this tandem between these two players caused a lot of mind games to the players because it gave Harden wide open shots as well, because here Zubac comes up to set a screen for Harden, and instead Harden goes the other way by doing a dribble through the legs, and his opponent is absolutely gone, giving Harden a wide open three-pointer. So not only do these pick and rolls give Zubac the ability to score more, it gives Harden the ability to score a lot easier. But when we look at more pick and rolls, Harden's also very good at dumping it off instead of lobbing it. And on this play, he gets a screen from Zubac and keeps on dribbling to attract Anthony Davis. And once AD is attracted, he just dumps off the ball to Zubac, and Zubac does his work in the paint and gets himself a layup off the backboard. Even here, Harden gets another screen from Zubac, and as Zubac is rolling, Harden just attracts Anthony Davis and just flips the ball up for Zubac for another wide open layup. We can clearly see that this duo is starting to form something here. And the crazy part is you have these two guys doing their own thing while you have Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Russell Westbrook still waiting to make an impact on the offensive end, and that's what makes this team dangerous. You also got James Harden, and he has the ability to make more decisions when it comes to fast break opportunities. Over here, just dumping it off to Terrence Mann, and Mann getting a wide open layup. And now we move on to the second thing that really works well for the Clippers, and this is practically Paul George and Kawhi Leonard taking turns on the offensive end. It is absolutely hilarious how good this team is. Like, it's so funny because you have Harden and Zubac running their pick and roll, and then there's Kawhi and Paul George just waiting to take their turns. It's like they're having fun out there, and that's exactly what you want out of this Clippers team. But let me break down some clips on Paul George and Kawhi Leonard and how they practically just take their turns on the offensive end and pick their poison, especially when it comes to knowing when and when not to do certain jab steps and get into isolation situations. Over here, Kawhi is isolated in the left wing against KD, so what he does is that he pump fakes, jab steps, and just pulls up over Kevin Durant for a wide open jumper. And literally, Kawhi did nothing but triple threat jab step moves, and this gets you a long way in the NBA. Then we move to Paul George taking his turn on the offensive side now. He sees that he has a mismatch in Bradley Beal, so what he does is that he dribbles the ball, then uses his left leg as momentum to take a giant step, and this leaves him deep in the paint, and he just lifts up over the tinier Bradley Beal. What you just saw was a Paul George masterclass, and this is what you like to call the giant step. When you're watching PG play, keep an eye out for this because he loves doing it, especially during mismatches. But now it's Kawhi Leonard's turn again, and this play over here is very interesting, and let me show you why. Over here, Kawhi Leonard goes around the Nurkic screen, then purposely keeps his left hand up in case Kevin Durant wants to throw a pass back to Nurkic, and this absolutely clogs the lane and gives Kawhi Leonard a rip, and once he rips the ball, he goes down in transition and just dunks it on their heads. We see a lot of players like OG Anunoby doing the same thing as well, as they love clogging up the lanes with their hands, and especially that left hand is very important. And then the next play, they take turns once again, and because of James Harden, when they run a pick and roll with Zubac, it leaves the defender so helpless because they think they're going to dump it off to Zubac, but instead Paul George just pulls up instantly off the pick and roll, and it's very deadly. But now we move on to the third factor, and this is a couple of role players that are playing their role to perfection. Number one, you got Terrence Mann knocking down big three-pointers, and I'm talking about huge three-pointers. He shoots the three-pointers so good, especially from the corner, and he went 3 for 6 against the Suns, knocking down 3 very important three-pointers. And after that, we shift our attention to Russell Westbrook. His ability to be unselfish to the point of going onto the bench is exactly what I'm talking about. Russell Westbrook is the reason why the Clippers are doing good. That's what I talked about at the start of the video. I was going to mention unselfishness, and Russell Westbrook is a class act. He said, I'm going to come off the bench and I'm going to play exactly how hard I play when I start games. And that's exactly what he did. He came out there and dropped 9 points, 2 rebounds, and 7 assists while only playing 15 minutes. Are you kidding me? And alongside Russell Westbrook, you got a sniper in Norman Powell who has the ability to space the floor out for you and run pick and rolls with Zubac and pull up from the mid-range. And when I'm talking about space the floor, he does exactly that. And against the Suns, he went 2 for 3 from the three-point line, shooting it at a 66% efficiency. Then you have Theis, one of the best players I've seen when it comes to putting the ball back. There were a lot of possessions where the Clippers missed shots, and Theis was there to grab a rebound and put that ball back. Just a very good backup power forward or center when you don't have Zubac on the court. Even their coach in Ty Lue, he's just a very solid head coach, and he gets praise from LeBron James as well. As LeBron James said in his recent interview, this is not James Harden's team. This is the Ty Lue LA Clippers, and LeBron James was not wrong. Ty Lue's running some nice plays to get Kawhi, Paul George, Harden wide open, and they're doing their thing. This Clippers team has a very good chance at being a top 3 seed in the Western Conference and going out there and winning an NBA championship. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you smash that like button and hit that subscribe button if you are new. That's been all for your boy Mubsy Hoops. I will catch you guys in the next one.